He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Did I say that right? Hello, everyone. I got real confused real fast. Like, what did I just say? Let's start that over. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. I don't want to start this over, so I'm not. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. Thank you for tuning in. This is my review for Scandal. This is season 7, episode 11. This is the last season. Yes, I'm reviewing it, the whole thing. I have to say the season is getting better. I did not like the beginning half of season 7 at all, and that's why I did not try to review it. It's getting better. Okay, it's getting better. I'm liking it a little bit more. But first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel. You just hit the little the subscription button, and it gets you subscribed to me. And you can also hit the little notification button next to it, so it lets you know when I have new videos up and running. Also, if you are able to hear me, or if I am too low, please put a comment below. I had posted comments, the question in videos I posted yesterday, because I was recording on my iPhone, and now I'm on my Android today, which is why the picture is the other way around. And I'm just trying to figure out if it's so stupid. I'm just trying to figure out if my sound is off because I'm on the Android, or because I'm on the iPhone or not. I ordered a microphone so that people can hear me better. But yeah, if you can't hear me, if I'm still low, please put a comment below. Or if you can hear me fine and I'm not low, then, let me know that too. Anywho, so yeah, this episode was really good. Even though I'm over Olivia, like I really am, like, if she was to, like, die in the episode, like, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I'd be looking like, well, you did some dirty shit. And, sometimes you gotta go. So, we see the beginning of it is with Millie and Olivia's having a little debate and everything. And Olivia's still asking Millie, what did you do? Why would you give Jake my position? And, Jake has his own agenda. And she's trying to play the whole thing of where Jake isn't loyal. And, Millie ain't even for that bullshit. She's like, Olivia saying to Millie, don't be stupid. I killed Rashad to get the treaty signed. And Millie's like, Olivia, hush. That's not true. I would be stupid if I trusted you. I know I can't trust you. And you killed Rashad because you thought I was a bad president. And, Olivia's trying to, give speeches. And you know how she do. Oh, don't believe that. I tried all the extra. And Millie's completely and utterly over it. She's not even listening. And I feel like Millie's character has definitely evolved from this timid, scared president who thought that she couldn't do it without Liv to this empowered woman who is pissed off that she was being played and realized that she's the fucking president. And, she told Olivia, look, you did what you did and it was wrong, and you have 7 days to post your resignation. If you do not give your resignation, I will go and do my own press conference and I will let them know that we have let your ass go. Okay, you have to go now, Liv. And Olivia kept looking like, don't do this. She's like, no, you don't do this. You have to go, okay? And so Olivia did walk out looking a bit defeated, but also like, I'm gonna get you, sucker. I'm gonna get you back or whatever. So I'm like, okay. The next thing that we see is breaking news. Like, oh, it's a rumor. The Olivia Pope might be out at the White House as chief of staff. That's what rumors are saying, and we don't know. She hasn't, commented, so we're on the story. And we see how everyone is seeing this news story on the news. We then see how David is vetting Jake to be the new chief of staff. Guess who else is there? Jake's wife, Vanessa. We ain't seen Vanessa since the wedding 2 seasons ago. And not only that, the Vanessa he married 2 seasons ago, damn sure ain't this Vanessa. And this is my thing. I get that they change characters and you sometimes change the actors playing the character, but the person they got to play Jake's wife, I swear, I was like, she almost looks like she could be his mom. Like, and not to like age shame or nothing like that, because sometimes I don't look 36. But I was like, she looks older. Like, okay. Anywho, she's a pretty lady, but I'm like, she could also play his mom. Whatever. So, Dave was like, is there anything that we should know about? Anything that we have to, talk about, or any secrets, anything in the closet? And so Jake was like, well, we have an open marriage. And she's like, Jake. And he's like, what? We have to be honest. And he's like, okay, well, what does open mean? He's like, she's sleeping with someone currently, and that's our life. We're able to live this way, and it is what it is. We don't have any secrets, but that's our thing. He's like, well, we're very discreet, but that's what it is. And for me, I'm looking like, okay, so that's why he was openly sleeping with Olivia, because his wife is openly sleeping with someone else, and they had this open marriage, because we knew their marriage was a sham. But I felt like they made it more of a sham now than they did when they first got married, and the wife thought it was a real marriage. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe, whatever. I feel like now I was like, okay, he's sleeping with somebody else, she's sleeping with somebody else, and they happy with this open situation. And he's like, but we should both be happy because we're getting what we want, chief of staff. And I'm like, I want to be president. So we see Quinn and Papa Pope, and they in the kitchen washing dishes. It's weird because they're like this weird family. And I'm like, Papa Pope tried to murder you. But I guess because he murdered his friend to save you, then you have to kind of forgive him. But it's weird to see them have this dynamic of like just a family situation. And, she's saying how, this is the best time for us to pounce on Olivia. She's out of the White House. She has less power. This is the time to do it. He's like, no, I don't think she's really out of the White House, so I don't think we should do it. And she's like, you're fooling yourself. I think we really should. This is the time to take her down. He's like, I said no. And she was like, okay. And she's looking, because she's like, that's a little bit different than the person who was being all nice the other day, but it is what it is. So I'm like, okay. And Quinn looks kind of defeated in how he said, I said no. I'm like, I would have been like, I ain't your kid. I ain't Olivia. Fix that goddamn tone. But she just said whatever. And the next thing that we see is, Jake is down in the whole little B613 bunker or whatever, and here come Millie. And she's like, look, I get that our relationship's going to change, but you can't just be summoning me at your beck and call. It ain't going down like that. And he's like, well, no, that wasn't what it was at all. I was just having you come down here to show you everything and let you know that, this isn't Olivia's B613. My resources are at your disposal. And then as he says that, the lights start to go out. I'm looking like, do they not pay the bills in the White House? Like, does the White House have bills? Like, does DTE, does the light and energy place or whatever bill the White House? Like, does somebody pay that bill? Or is it like this free because it's the president's house? I just wonder. So all the lights going out, and then we see Olivia phone ringing, and it's Jake. And we see that she somehow had everything cut off. And he was like, you're being dumb. You can't be doing this. She's like, well, you forget one thing, Jake. You can't take command. And then she hangs up. And I'm like, but he did take it because he got her fired. So she can't get in the building no more. But, it is what it is. So we then see how Jake is like having someone look at the outage and what's going on, and he's finding out that it's not an easy fix. And they're like, well, yeah, this is like an old school thing. Whoever did this, they're not, they're not young. They're some old school people. And then we then see Olivia meeting with, I think I'm finna sneeze. I hope I don't. Sneezing is just so unprofessional. Okay, it went away. But we see Olivia meeting with Uncle Junior from the Jamie Foxx show. I'm looking like, is it Garrett Morgan or Garrett Morrison? He played Uncle Junior on the Jamie Foxx show, and he played in a lot of different things though, not just that. What else was he on though? That's what I remember him from. But he's played in so much other things. But that's what she mean with, and he's an old head. He's an old spy, old whatever. And we found out he's also a friend of her father, Papa Pope. And she's like, well, how long can we have it down for? And he's like, well, how long do you need it down for? It's like, well, I need it down long enough for him to come to a senses and let me back in. And he's like, well, all right, that's going to be tough. And he's like, well, what about, part 2? He's like, well, I'm waiting for your okay to do that. So I'm like, okay, she got something else planned. And I'm like, well, okay, you know, we see what it is. You know, at that point, we see Jake and Millie talking, and he's like, it's just a little, you know, she's just mad. We have to kind of wait her out. It'll be fine. So then Cyrus come in, and when he see Jake, because remember, Jake threatened to kill Cyrus. So Cyrus don't trust Jake. So, you know, when Jake leaves out, he's like, you know, what does he have on you, Millie? Like, is he threatening to kill you? Like, does he know that you did something? And she's like, why does everyone assume I'm a victim? She was like, no, Olivia's out, Jake is in. And he's like, we can't trust him. You know, he killed Rashawn. She's like, yeah, but at the request of Olivia. He's like, he is, you know, he's, she's like I said, he in, lives out, get with it or move the fuck on. And again, I like how Millie is taking charge and she's not allowing people to make decisions for her. She's kind of making decisions for herself and then moving the pieces around the chessboard as she sees fit. So, yeah. Queen and Papa Pope is having a discussion. He holding the baby. He rocking the baby. Rocking the baby and everything, right? I'm having to be. And she's like, you know, you're in denial, you know. You won't admit that this is the time to take Olivia down. You know, I feel like you're, you know, losing your touch. You know, you're not as tough as you used to be. You're becoming a softie. And, you know, you have to realize that we're not your family. Like, we can't be here forever. And I feel like that's why you're trying to not let us go after Olivia. He like, don't push me while I'm holding your baby. I said, what is he talking about? He can't kill the baby. Because he said, I'm looking like you said it was a threat. Don't threaten the children. And she's like, what? And he was like, you know, you think I'm getting soft, you know, I'm not soft. You don't think I would, if I put my hand right here on the baby neck, and he started touching the baby neck, the baby started crying and whimpering, and Quinn like, this motherfucker's crazy. He threatened my baby in my face. He basically says the same fear and the same anger you have right now. You don't want me hurting your child. That's the same feeling I have about my daughter Olivia. And I cannot and will not allow anyone to hurt her. And he was like, so don't forget that. I can't allow you to hurt her, and I never will. But I'm like, but he's saying it as he's holding the damn baby so tight. And she's like, give me my baby. And he eventually takes his hand off the baby's throat and, you know, gives her the baby. And when she walks away, because she's pissed, because you just threatened to kill my baby. You just threatened to snap my baby damn neck, talking about because you want to defend your daughter. But it's true, you know, Robin is her baby the same way as Olivia is his. And he know Quinn wants to hurt her. But Quinn really want her to go to jail. She don't want, like, to physically hurt her or whatever. But, you know, in Roman's eyes, I'm not going to let you affect my daughter in any way. It don't matter how much she fucked up, I can't let you do it. But when Quinn walks out with the baby, you can see Rowan feels bad about how he went about that threat. Because he really do love and like Robin and the baby. And for him, I think it's like therapeutic a little bit. But, you know, I think he did feel bad about what he did. So, from there, we see Quinn and Associates has a case. It's this guy who's saying, you know, he out the blue had like $12 million put in his account. He does not know why. And then someone, you know, from Russia or Russian sent him an email saying how we'll be in touch soon. He's like, I don't know where it came from. Well, lo and behold, we figured out where it came from. The man has been on the news, and he is actually the man who Vanessa, Jake's wife, is having an affair with. And so he's on the news as being a Russian spy, and he's a Russian spy who was getting intel from Jake's wife. Jake, who is the head of the NSA, the National Security Association. It's bad, bad, bad. So they're like, oh, so Jake and Millie, of course, know Olivia did this to make it harder for Jake to get that position or whatever. And, but they're like, why would you tell her that you was having an affair with the head of the NSA's wife? Why would you not bring that up? I didn't think it was relevant. You know, everything's relevant when you boy by. So Jake is seeing it on TV. There's a news story showing him and her walking to a hotel room and everything. And he called Liv. And she's like, you know, you can, you know, put your resignation for the NSA up first. You can also make sure to take your hat out the ring for chief of staff. You know, I can let you know how to word your letter. He's like, this is you ruining a man's life. So, Liv is laughing or whatever. So we see David, Jake, and Millie. And Millie over the bullshit. She's like, oh my God, this is so stupid. Today was supposed to be a good day, an easy day, and y'all fucking it up for everybody. Jake is like, my wife is not a spy. She's not selling secrets to the Russians. I can assure you of that. She's not. This is Olivia. And then David like, well, I have to do an investigation. Millie's like, shut up. David is Olivia. She's doing it to be whatever. She's like, start an investigation, prove it's her, prove it's not true, and then let's move on. She's like, I was supposed to get a mammogram today because God forbid I can get a mammogram in the White House. I can't because they've never had a need to have a mammogram machine in the White House because I'm the first woman president. Today was supposed to be the best day with my mammogram, and you guys have fucked it up for everybody. So she's just aggravated, and she's like, just do what you gotta do and just prove Olivia is crazy and let's move on. So from there, we see Olivia go meet with Cyrus. And I'm like, Cyrus don't even like her. So yeah, he's sitting there drinking a little glasses of something, some scotch, some wine or whatever. And then he's like, oh, yeah, I would offer you a drink, but I don't have a drink for my enemies. My enemies can't even get in my house. You can't get past the dang on guard dogs to even come in my house and see I'm having a drink. You get away. Go ahead on. But some kind of way, she got into it is what it is. And she gets into the thing of, he like, what are you doing here? What do you want? You've already, you're ruined. She's like, no, I'm not. He's like, no one who's going up against, the nation is ever this cocky. So you must have some kind of smoking gun or some kind of secret weapon. She's like, I do. You. He's like, what? And he's like, why would I ever help you? She's like, because Jake did his best and he turned his back on me. And, Millie is listening to Jake, Cyrus. She's listening to Jake. He pushed me out. Do you not think that you'll be next? And I'm like, Cyrus, please don't join Olivia. I know you hate Jake because he tried to cut your throat. And he beat up your little boyfriend. No, he didn't do that. Charlie did that. Well, he mad because he choked him out. Not choked him out. Sliced his neck a little bit. So the next thing that we see is Jake, his wife, Vanessa, and the man she's sleeping with, dude Robert. They're at, Quinn's associate's office or whatever, and Huck and Charlie and Abby are trying to find some kind of solution, find the way the money was sent to him to prove it wasn't really him, and they're coming up short. But baby, he kept trying to, he was saying to Jake, she told me it was okay. If she didn't say it was okay, I would never do it. Jake just looked at him like, if you don't shut the fuck up, I'm going to kill you. And then he talking to Vanessa, and she's like, shut up. He was too nervous to do anything besides talk. So I'm looking like, boy, you better shut your damn mouth. So, Hug is saying how they can't find any proof that it was when Liv is really, everything is really, she's covered all her tracks or whatever. And, it's kind of, there's no proof that she did it. So from there, Jake is talking to Millie, and they don't have any kind of solution. So Millie's upset. And Cyrus then walk in. They're like, what Cyrus? So Cyrus ain't on good terms with nobody. And he's like, well, if you guys are too busy, I have a solution that can fix all of this. But I can come back later if y'all are just too busy. So the next thing we see is Vanessa doing a news conference. Not a news conference, a TV interview, saying how she wasn't having an affair with this man. But yes, I was with him. Yes, I did go to his hotel room. Yes, I did go in his hotel room. But not for a sexual tryst. No, the CIA had been looking into him for a while as being a Russian spy teller or whatever. And my husband I knew him from A, B, and C. So I was sent in to seduce him and get him on camera admitting to what he was doing. She's like, so I was there that day, for a sting, and he did admit what he did, and now they have the whatever proof as to what he did. She's like, but it was never any kind, I was never selling secrets, and I was never giving him any secrets. They were already onto him before that, and now my husband was behind the whole thing. He did it. And I'm like, okay, Cyrus had a good idea for them how to get out of it. Cool. We see Olivia seeing the story, and she pissed off because she's like, well, damn it, that would explain it. So, he does not have to resign. It doesn't make them look bad. It makes them look better that him and his wife are working together to make things better. So, God. The man who they said was a spy, he's like, what am I supposed to do now? And he like, you know, I can't be a spy. Like, I can't even live my life now. So Abby gave him like a list of attorneys. And then Charlie said, or it's a plane that leaves for Budapest in like 5 hours. You know, it's your choice. So I thought that was pretty cute. We then see Cyrus go see Olivia. I'm like, did Olivia make him do that? I'm like, but she couldn't have, because she was mad when she saw what happened. So he come in the house or whatever, and he gives her a memo. And the memo is something that Millie sent to the head of the CIA, asking them to corroborate the story that Vanessa told on TV. Meaning, this is proof that Vanessa was lying, and not only was Vanessa lying, the President of the United States is covering it up. Impeachment. So she's like, I can't use this. You know, I said to help me take down Jake. This to take down Melly. You know, that's not the point. He like, yeah, and if you take her down, she gets impeached, I'll be president. And she's like, you would go that far, Cyrus? And he was like, yes. We both would. You know, we both want the power. And, you know, we get Millie impeached and I'm the president. And then, you know, you're there with me as well. And then she's like, I can't do this. He's like, look. You can hold a press conference, and instead of saying that you're going to resign, you can hold a press conference and have this piece of paper and say that Millie did this and that she needs to resign because of the conspiracy. And he was like, look, we're both parasites, sucking the blood off of each other to make it. You know, that's what we do. We sucking the blood to stay alive. And I'm like, that's true. That's very true. Y'all are both parasites. And it's really sad to see that she has become a goddamn parasite. But, you know, it is what it is. So, the next thing we see is Quinn talking to Papa Pope. And this is after the whole baby choking situation. And he's like, you know, I'm so sorry for what I did. I know you're upset with me. I don't feel like cooking tonight, so how about we order in? I would have been like, I don't want to eat no food with you, bruh. You threatened to kill my damn daughter. But she turned around. And she's like, look, you know, you're never going to pick our side. You're never going to pick me and Robin. You're going to always pick Olivia's side. And she's like, and if she's like, Olivia is still fighting. And she's like, and eventually she's going to come to you for help. And you can't choose between, you know, she said, you're not going to pick us. You need to let us go. If you let me and Robin go, let us go back with Charlie, and I won't go after Liv. So that's my deal. So that way when she comes to you for help, you don't have to pick and choose between who you're going to be with. And I'm like, kind of a great deal. So from there, we see Millie getting her mammogram, you know, boobs or whatever, and Olivia come in to see her, and I'm looking like, what you want? You know, but it's like, you know, let her come in. So Liv comes in, she says, I'm not going to resign, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Liv. She's like, nah, I have to fire you. Liv gives her the envelope, and she opens it, and she looks at it, she's like, I'm going to hold a press conference, and I'm going to call for your resignation because, you know, because of this. Millie looks horrified because, one, she's like, how did you get this? I can't wait for them to realize that Cyrus gave it to her. Can't wait for that. Cyrus ass, your ass is on the chopping block. So she's like, you know, you just need to take responsibility for what you've done. And I'm like, Olivia really up there on her high horse acting like Millie is really the issue when the story's fake. You made the story. So them corroborating it doesn't mean that she's covering anything up. She's trying to cover up some shit that you created, girl. So, you know, then she walks away and Millie looks pissed off. So we then see a scene where it was Charlie, Abby, and Huck. And, you know, the whole case is closed or whatever. And they did mention that the guy was going to try to get a lawyer and not leave the country. That's stupid. I would left the country. Anywho, but, you know, Charlie like, okay, you know, next case, we got to find someone else. And Huck and Abby both like, I don't know, you know, it's just so different here without Quinn. Maybe we should just, you know, wrap it up. And he's like, no, Quinn would want us to keep going. And they're like, no, it's just so, you know, it's just so different. And he's like, yeah, but you know, it might not always be, you know, it could really go back to normal. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, okay. And he's wanting to tell them. He's like, you know what? No, wait right here. Don't go nowhere. I'll be back. So he leaves. I'm like, he finna go try and get Quinn. So we do see him at Rowan's house, at Quinn's window, throwing rocks. Quinn! I'm like, this fool throwing rocks at a window. Rowan come out the back like, what is you doing here? And he's like, I'm looking for Quinn. And he's like, what? She left with you about an hour ago. She didn't leave with him. So I'm like, okay. The next thing that we see is Olivia getting home. And she walk in her house, and she hears a baby. And she's like, what the fuck is a baby doing in here? And then she's walking around and she's looking, and then she looks on the floor, and it's the baby in the baby carriage. I'm like, Quinn, you put the baby on the floor, but okay, you know, you don't want to put him on the table, they can put him off the table, or whatever. And then she's Olivia's looking at the baby, and she's thinking like, how the fuck is a baby in here? And then Quinn says, isn't she beautiful? And when Olivia hears her voice, she's like, oh, how are you alive? She's like, right, I'm back from the bed. I'm back from the dead. That's the baby. I just wanted you to meet your goddaughter before you were, you know, for the first and last time. She has a gun. So, you know, Olivia said like, I'm so sorry. I didn't have a choice. And Quinn's like, look, no speeches, no stories, no pleading. You're going to die, basically. Gun to head, point a gun at her, and they're like in her living room. And you keep seeing Olivia like looking back and going to the window. And she's like, Quinn, you have to put the gun down. There are B613 agents across the street in the window there. They're waiting to shoot you for holding that gun on her. You can't do this. I don't believe you. You're bluffing the same way you bluffed with Papa Pope. Because again, remember, Olivia kept on saying like, I have snipers ready to come kill you, whatever. And it was a whole bunch of bullshit. She's like, Quinn, put the gun down. Quinn, you have to put the gun down or they're going to shoot you. You're going to die. And you're going to die for real this time. I don't believe you. And then, lo and behold, you hear shots come through the window. And it hits. Olivia knocks Quinn out the way. The baby's crying because it's goddamn bullets and everything. And we see the bullets actually hit Olivia. Yep. Olivia got shot in the shoulder. And she's like, Quinn, just leave. Get out of here, Quinn. Because, again, I guess she thinking B613 people going to come across the street. So she, you know, opens the door and Quinn leaves out and everything with the baby. And I'm like, well, okay. So from there, Millie is telling Jake, like, okay, Olivia has proof that I lied, that I sent the whole memo to the CIA. You know, I'm going to go ahead and resign and just take accountability for everything. And, you know, he's like, no, because she's like, no, don't fight it. It is what it is. You know, Olivia won. You know, I'll take the fall for it. And she's like, but once Cyrus is president, you're on your own. I can't do anything from there forward. So the next thing that we see, Olivia goes to her dad for help with her bullet wound. I guess because you can't go to the hospital and no one will come to you. Anywho, so you know she just saying like, she hates me, Dad. She really hates me. You think you tried to kill her? You let your father kill her. I would hate you too for the rest of your life, my life, and anyone who look like both of us lives. It's gonna be forever that way. Now, Papa Pope told a story, I think about some dinosaurs protecting their young. Something, I don't know, I stopped listening. But, you know, he hugged her and told her it'll be okay. And basically, I think was thinking of this how parents take care of the young from the start to death. You know, whatever. And he hugs her and, you know, she seemed okay. So, the last thing that we see is Olivia is doing her little press conference or whatever. And she has the envelope, she has the little folder, so she opens it. We can see the little proof she has. And she then closes it. And she, instead of announcing Millie's thing, she announced that she's going to resign. You know, that it's been a pleasure serving. Now, she was giving a whole sermon. But as she was giving the whole sermon, I wasn't listening. Because I was just happy that it wasn't going to be this whole long, drawn out, let's bring down the first female president. I thought that would have been a horrible, horrible storyline to go. If they had Millie have to be impeached and then put Cyrus' ass in there, it would have been horrible. But she was saying how great Millie was, how great it was to serve her and all this other stuff. Now, as she's giving her speech, we see, you know, Cyrus is seeing her not resign, and he's pissed off because I think he knows his ass is next because someone gonna figure out where the dang on memo came from. We see how Jake is packing up the bunker for the B613 bunker because, of course, Olivia had cut everything off. And as he's walking out, all the lights come back on. I'm like, okay, because she cut the lights back on. You know, we then see Huck and Abby watching the story. And Huck, like, hears the door, so he kind of stands up, and as he's turning, he has this look like he saw a ghost. He's like, Abby, and Abby turns and look, and it's Quinn, alive, carrying baby Robin, walking in with Charlie. And it was such a beautiful scene. You know, they hugged. Huck is crying. And I'm like, they're all home. I feel like the reason they had the whole Quinn is kidnapped, let's have her gone for a little bit, is because in real life she was pregnant and in real life she had a baby. So that was the way to not have her have to shoot scenes for a little bit of time to give her time to get better from having a baby. Because I know she was pregnant in real life. You know, but I like how that part of the team is back together. How Olivia is going to have to rebuild a whole bunch of shit within her connections with people. You know, we even see Jefferson's name. Jefferson. I could never remember that boy name because he don't be on here. They need to. Is he a real cast member? You know what I'm talking about. I think his name is Jefferson, honestly. But Jefferson is in this, and he's the black guy, whatever. He's in the crowd, and he sees her, and he kind of shakes his head or whatever. So, you know, it's on hiatus until March. I guess everything is on hiatus because of this stupid-ass Olympics. Well, except reality shows, of course. But, yeah. But that was how it ended with, you know, them being reunited with Quinn and Olivia resigning and then walking away. It was a good thing to happen. So, yeah. But that was my review of Scandal. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner.